Alright, hi, I'm Steph,
I'm Mary.
I'm Kat.
and we're going to be talking about aftercare.
My job is to coordinate the aftercare program, and we have a half-day camp. It runs about 8:30 to noon, and at noon, parents who want to pick their kids up can pick their kids up, but obviously we have a lot of parents who work all day, so they stay for the aftercare portion of our camp. So what we do is we have all the kids who are going home at noon get signed out in their classroom, and then the counselors bring the additional kids up to aftercare. And my job is to sign them in. So I have a clipboard, and I have all the kids' names organized by camp. So a counselor will come to me and they'll say, I have drawing camp. And they'll say, these are the kids I have, and I check them off. And I cross off any kids that aren't there, and that gives me an idea of how many kids are there. Obviously, kids transitioning from camp to aftercare need some place to put their stuff. They bring a lunch. So we're in a school, so our lunches and any supplies that our kids have go in lockers. And in order to have the kids label their lockers, they have name tags. So here's a couple of name tags. We had them make them themselves, and it just goes on the locker. And then on their locker every day, they also keep a magnet with their name on it. And this magnet stays on their locker, and then on days that they come to aftercare, we have a giant magnetic whiteboard, and it goes on our whiteboard. And that allows us to organize where the kids are. So they all come in, we say grace, we have lunch together, we send the kids outside if the weather's nice for recess to play, and then they come in and we give them some choices of things to do. We do movies, we have like a quiet area for younger kids to nap, we have coloring, we have free time in the gym, and depending on where the kids go, they move their magnet to a section on the whiteboard that's labeled so that if a parent comes, we can walkie-talkie to the parent to pick up their kids. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we do a snack time. We bring all the kids back. And then after snack time, we have news stations. We do water activities. That's a big favorite. We set up a big slip and slide in the back. We do board games. We have computer time. We have a lot of Barbies that we got donated to our camp, and the kids love the Barbies. We have beads for jewelry making. So a lot of different choices, and then of course I, as the coordinator, am always open to new ideas for things that the kids want to do in the afternoon. And at any given time we have about 100 kids in the aftercare program, and usually we have 11 or 12 counselors working with the aftercare program at a time. What I do is I put at least 2 counselors in each room with a walkie-talkie so that one counselor can always stay in the room, and then we have another counselor that can walk the kids either to a different station or back to the gym, which is kind of like our home base. And then if a kid has to move, they come back to the gym, move their magnet, go back.
Right. And so that first part of aftercare, we try to keep it really simple. So it's lunch, recess, and then about an hour of, we call them kind of quiet activities. So we have the movie, we have our quiet room where they can nap or color, and then we have the gym time. And so the reason we try to keep that really simple and really structured is because the rest of the counselors who aren't perhaps assigned to aftercare that day or on the aftercare team will rotate in and out. And that's so everybody who works at the camp, whether they're doing aftercare, whether the instructors can, typically go to adoration or have lunch with all the other instructors or listen to our theology talks, at least 3 or 4 times a week. So we kind of have 3 spell shifts. So the first one is an hour long. And so while the counselors are having lunch together and listening to a theology talk, the other ones will be with the kids, eating lunch with them, and then taking them out for recess. And then that second hour we've divided up into 2 spell shifts. And so while the rest of the counselors are having their holy hour, we have new people come in for the first half hour, and they'll go to one of the stations, whether it's movie room, gym, quiet room, that kind of thing. And then they'll only be there for a half an hour, and then we'll switch. So a new set of counselors will come in, those counselors will go to adoration, and those activities will just continue. And so it works out perfectly because we kind of get out of adoration about 2:45, and so we have enough time for a wrap-up meeting, and then we can go to snack, which is perfect for when all the dedicated aftercare people are coming.
And I found that it was easiest with the counselors as the aftercare coordinator to have the list of people who are spelling. Have you showed the spell sheet? To have the list of people who are spelling. So what we do is we have a big sheet. It's color coordinated with everybody's name, and I take the list and I say, you're going to be eating lunch with the kids, you're going to be on cleanup duty, and then when the new group of people come in, I say, okay, you're going to go relieve Steph. and Mary, you're gonna go relieve Alex or something like that, so that we make sure all of our stations are always covered, and the counselors know not to leave their station until somebody comes to relieve them. And they also know that if it gets to be late and they're like, nobody's come to relieve me, they can send somebody down a radio of, hey, did you miss me? And that way everybody gets cycled in and out, and it gives all the counselors an opportunity to do all of the different jobs instead of just always spending time with the same kids or always picking the same activity.
It's also very important that you have one set person running aftercare, because I know the very first week we tried it, just one of the more advanced, like the 3-year people trying to run aftercare, and that didn't really work out well. So thankfully we had Kat, who was able to come in and save the day and kind of take control of aftercare, and she's doing a great job.